Before I actually start this lab, I want to go through some of the stuff before. To cover that, today we are going to cover two concepts of Azure. One of them is called Avail. My bad. Just give me a sec. I'll just simply copy it. It's just so simple to do it. So one is called availability set, and the other one is availability zone. So these are the two topics we're going to cover and going to do a lab to see if we can get it done. So the availability sets, which actually allows workload to be spread over multiple hosts, but still remain in the same data center. So say if you have so many virtual machines, but they are actually in one data center, and then availability zone allows workload to be spread over multiple locations, so you automatically don't care on which host the workload will run. So if I can give you an example of this, let's start with the availability set first actually. So let's not worry about this part at the moment. Let's talk about availability sets. So what if you have a virtual machine which you are running, and you got so much data in that, and you are currently working on that. What happen if that machine some electrical problem happens, some hardware problem happen, and you were doing some important work in that? You're gonna lose all the data, or maybe some problem with that. Or what if it goes down? What's gonna happen? So there is two concepts we use in availability sets, which are known as, one is fault domain, and the other one is update domain. So fault domain is nothing but anything is linked with the hardware issue or the system going down or a wiring issue or anything. So fault domain is if you have a virtual machine, you can create up to 3 virtual machines, 0, 1, 2. So fault domain 0, fault domain 1, and fault domain 2. So say if something goes wrong in fault domain 1 virtual machine, it can go to fault domain 0, or if it's not there, it can go to 2 or 3. My alarm's going on, just a minute. So yeah, I was talking about fault domain. If anything goes wrong, we can have up to 3 fault domains to cover it. Say one machine goes down, it can go to fault domain 0, and you can continue with that virtual machine. For that purpose, you have to have at least 2 virtual machines set up. So if something goes wrong with one machine, you can have fault domain 2 and then 3, and you can set up. If you talk about update domain, update is nothing but like a software update, like over the air. So if Microsoft is doing something and they need to update their system, so what they'll do is, if virtual machine 1 is having the update, what they do is they'll go to us update domain 0, 1, or 2, and then it will update the first virtual machine. While it's doing it, when it's done, they come back to the virtual machine and can update the second one, third one. You can have up to 20 update domains, basically. So you can save your data and you wouldn't have to worry about that. In availability zone, it's multiple data centers. So in central US, you will have multiple data centers. So say if one whole region, one whole data center has gone wrong, so you can go to a second data center and you can have that up running. So you can save your data. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Azure portal and let's see how can we actually do that. So let's see if we can do that. So I need to go to my portal. No, that's not mine. I need to sign in with the other one. let's create a virtual machine. Actually, you can create your availability set while creating the virtual machine, and you can also create your availability set separately. If you go to availability set, you can create your availability set separately. So let's just say, for the demo purpose, you can call it, do we have any resource group at the moment? Let's just create another, so say, what we doing? Avail, and I could just call it RSG, resource group for availability set. So go OK. I'll call it maybe anything. Demo AVAIL, demo AVL. That's a virtual machine. No, that's a availability set name. As you can see here, just like I mentioned, I can go only up to 3 fault domains. So if anything goes wrong with the machine, hardware, or anything, you can have up to 3 fault domains. But if there is an update going on, we can go to up to 5 update domains. Let's set this one a 3, and then update domain maybe 5 is alright. Use manage disk, yes, is always recommended to use manage disk. Go to proximity placement group, it's alright, don't need to go on that topic at the moment. Press, okay, where we are creating this one. Okay, I just want to see if I can create this in central US. Central US, okay, and then see if I can do review and create. So now we have created our availability set. What we're going to do is going to create a virtual machine. Okay, let's go create a virtual machine, add virtual machine. The resource group we have created is availability RSG. We can call it VM, maybe VM1. Availability option, we want the availability set, and because we created availability set, we will have that in the option here. Oops, it's not. Can you tell why not? The thing is, we created our availability set in Central US, so it has to be the same region. So we go Central US, it will do loading. See, demo availability, this is where we created our availability set. Okay, we want to have window 2016, all good. Don't worry about the size, just give it a name, this user. Okay, password doesn't match. Okay, rest is all the same because we're just creating that review and create. So let's create a virtual machine, and then when we will create this virtual machine, we will go inside our availability set and see what's in there. So let's wait for the virtual machine to be created. Actually, while it's doing it, let's create another virtual machine as well, so we don't waste our time. Let's go to add virtual machine, resource group available RSG, we can call it VM2. That was in Central US. Doesn't matter about the image, we don't have to worry about that part. We're gonna go to the password, we're gonna call it test user. Oops. Okay, we can go there. We just want to make sure that we edit our set. So go to availability set, and then we can use the one we are creating. And this is VM2, okay? I think that the rest information would be fine, so the validation should pass. So the validation is passing, let's create that. Okay, it's creating the second virtual machine. I want to go and see if we have already a virtual machine in here. Yeah, we have our virtual machine now. So what we're gonna do is, if we go to our availability sets, See, it has gone to demo avail, which is the one we have created. So now, see, it has assigned this virtual machine default domain 0 and then update domain 0. It always starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, so it's actually like a 0, 1, 2. So you can see the virtual machine 1 is creating. Sorry, it's already created, VM2 is creating. So say if anything goes wrong with the VM1, anything to do with the hardware or any other problem occurs apart from like software update, the full domain 0 will pick up so we wouldn't have to worry about that, and we can create up to 3 full domains. And the same thing we can do with the, if you can see, it's going VM1 to the VM2. So and if we create VM2, VM2 will automatically should give it a full domain, which should give it a 1 and 1, hopefully. There's another way we can go to availability sets, and if you go to availability sets, it will automatically, if you go inside, it should tell us which virtual machine is linked with that. So if we go there, that's another way to do it. So if we go virtual machine here, see, we can do it the other way as well. I believe VM2 is created as well. Let's just refresh the browser. See, both of the machines are running now. So VM1 has default domain 00, and then VM2 has a default VM2. See, it has give us its full domain. So this is how, if anything goes wrong with the virtual machine, using availability sets, we can utilize availability sets. Something goes wrong with one machine, and then you can use the second machine at the same time. Now let's talk about the availability zone. See if we can create something on that. Okay, so let's go to home, go to virtual machine, and this time we want to create availability zone. Before I go to availability zone, let's see if I can show you something. So say as your geographical availability zone. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, availability zone is high availability, offering that protects your application and data from data centers failures. So the availability set is everything is actually in one data center, but availability zone is basically multiple data centers. So if one whole data center goes down, the other data center can save all the virtual machines for you, and you can go there. Let's see if we can go there. Not this one. If we go to this one, see if we can make the screen bigger. See, if you go here, you can see available region, announced region, availability zones, and present. So anything with this orange red dot kind of thing tells us that how many availability zones do we have available. So if we talk about Norway West, we have availability zone here. We got one in France Central. We got one up here. The central US, I believe there's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. So you can see it that how many availability zones are available. There's a better picture I believe I can find. Yeah, about here. So if you see here, available region, so the one with this symbol, availability zone, can tell us how many availability zones are available. So if you talk about central US, we got one here, 1, 2, 3. So we got 3 availability zone. Japan has, well, Southeast has got one. Let's use the Azure portal to see if we can understand better. So let's create Azure virtual machine. We can use the existing available RSG. We can create a virtual machine, say VM3. Maybe use central US. So we do central US, and then now instead of availability set, if we use availability zone, so in case your VM3 goes down in that data center, where can we pick that up? So let's see how many availability zone does the central US has. So we can have up to 3 of them. So it's up to you, how many do you want to choose? You want to choose all 3 of them, or one? Is up to you. I can just go maybe 3, and then I can choose any 2016 data center, test user, and then password, 123, and then password, 123. And if we do that, rest is just all the same. More topics on that. Let's just create this one, and this is going to create a virtual machine. And then so basically, if something happened in this VM3 data center, we have up to 3 Azure data centers in central US where we can go and continue with our work in case something happened with our existing data center. So that's what the concept about Azure availability zone is. So I hope this is clear, and this was not, this is not complicated enough. So it was just like a simple exercise.